The Marvels saw the return of Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Carol Danvers, the big screen debut of Miss Marvel, a.k.a. Kamala Khan, and the ascension of Monica Rambeau to full-fledged superhero. It had the illustrious trio teaming up, becoming the Marvels, and saving the day from Dar-Benn, a Kree alien with a giant hammer and a maniacal thirst to drain worlds of their natural resources in order to save the Kree homeworld of Hala. Even though the story succeeded in being fairly self-contained, there were still a few Easter eggs to tease at the future of the MCU, including a big post-credit scene that was sure to shock many fans. The Marvels credit scene teases the introduction of the X-Men, again. In the movie's finale, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau have to fix Dar-Benn's mess. Before perishing, Dar-Benn uses a massive amount of power to tear through space and time, creating, as Monica describes, a wormhole into another universe. Monica has to use her light powers to patch up the hole so that each universe remains intact. Monica is able to seal them shut, but in doing so, she crosses over to the parallel universe. Captain Marvel tries to save her, but she's too late. The movie ends with Monica separated from Carol and Kamala. In the credits scene, Monica wakes up in what appears to be some kind of medical unit. She looks over and sees a woman who appears to be her dead mom, Monica Rambeau. Maria was a former Air Force captain and Carol's best friend from Captain Marvel, who died of cancer while Monica was blipped by Thanos. Monica is overjoyed to see her mother, but the woman doesn't recognize her. Monica slowly starts to put together that even though this woman looks like her mom, she isn't the Maria that Monica knows. She might not even be Maria at all. While both women are trying to piece together what's happening, someone unseen enters the room and starts briefing them. The male voice explains that Monica was found floating in space by someone called Binary, and Binary took Monica in for medical care. Monica, the voice says, seems to be from a different universe. The camera pans up and reveals that the person speaking is Beast, a.k.a. Hank McCoy, a.k.a. one of the X-Men. Kelsey Grammer, who played Beast in Fox's X-Men movies, reprises his role. Beast tells Monica that Charles, as in Charles Xavier, head of X-Men, wants to speak to all of them and that the woman she thinks is her mom is Binary, the hero who saved her. As Beast exits the room, the camera lingers on Binary in her full costume. She's standing in front of the familiar X sliding doors, similar to the ones from Xavier's mansion in the previous X-Men movies. The Marvels also incorporates elements from the scores of 2003's X2, X-Men United, and 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past, as confirmed in the credits. The scene cuts as Monica puts it all together that she's trapped in a parallel timeline and has to figure out how to get back home, probably with the help of Beast, Binary, Charles, and possibly the X-Men. The scene is significant for a number of reasons, but the biggest one is that it teases the possibility of the X-Men finding their way into the MCU sooner rather than later. Since Marvel reacquired the film rights to the X-Men, fans have been waiting to see when and how the company would bring mutants into the MCU. Before Marvel turned the Avengers into a multi-billion-dollar movie franchise, the X-Men, along with Spider-Man, were the company's most recognizable and profitable heroes. If the X-Men exist in a parallel universe, and Monica Rambeau is there too, it stands to reason that there could be a storyline in which one or two of them tag along with her when she gets back to the main timeline. But that's not all. This is now the second time an X-Man has appeared in the MCU. In 2002's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Charles Xavier appears in a parallel universe, but Wanda Maximoff kills him in a fit of rage. Professor X's death in that previously seen universe would indicate that Monica is actually in a different world from the one we saw in Multiverse of Madness. That means there are at least two parallel universes in the MCU in which the X-Men exist and have interacted with the main MCU timeline. And if there are X-Men in these alternate realities, it could suggest that there may be some variation of the X-Men and mutants already present in the main MCU timeline. The other shocking thing that happens in the credits scene is the reference to Binary. Lynch has now played 3 different roles in the MCU: Monica Rambeau in the main timeline, an alternate universe version of Captain America and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and now Binary. In the comics, Binary is Carol Danvers' most powerful form. Carol becomes a cosmic entity, and this allows her to travel at the speed of light and command the power of the stars. While this comic book incarnation possesses Carol's human consciousness, their Binary is referred to as a higher or more powerful autonomous being. She's an ally to the X-Men, mainly because the X-Men are in space a lot and because the X-Men are friends with Carol, but she prefers to travel and adventure solo in the cosmos, zooming from galaxy to galaxy, whereas the X-Men usually stick close to Earth. The MCU imagines a different reality, where it was Maria who gained powers instead of Carol, and in this universe, Maria has become a hero in her own right, adopting the name Binary. So what does this all mean for the future? In short, we don't know yet. Right now, the X-Men are still relegated to a parallel universe, and it may be a long time before we see them cross over with the rest of the MCU. Up next, Ryan Reynolds will be starring in Deadpool 3, and he'll be joined by one of the most iconic X-Men of all, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Given Deadpool's frequent fourth wall breaks, we can probably expect plenty of jokes about the Disney-Fox merger. And with Wolverine being a main character of the movie, many fans are expecting for this story to make big strides in incorporating the X-Men into the MCU going forward. What did you think of the Marvels? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for more Marvel videos. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.